In a quiet corner of rural Oregon, a woman has become an unexpected guardian angel to a helpless young fawn after discovering it trapped beneath her parked vehicle. Jane Miller, 42, had just returned from her weekly grocery run when she heard faint, panicked thuds coming from underneath her car. At first, I thought it might be a raccoon or maybe a stray cat, she told the BBC. But then I knelt down and saw two terrified eyes staring back at me. What she saw was a baby deer, no more than a few weeks old, tightly wedged between the vehicle's undercarriage and the gravel driveway. Shaking and barely able to move, the animal appeared to be exhausted from struggling to free itself. Without hesitation, Jane grabbed a flashlight and a pair of gardening gloves. It took over 20 tense minutes to gently maneuver the fawn out from the tight space. Its tiny legs were trembling. I wrapped it in a towel and held it close. It didn't resist. It just looked up at me with those big, frightened eyes. Jane called local wildlife authorities, but was told that since the animal didn't appear to be injured and there were no nearby signs of its mother, they couldn't intervene. They said I could wait and see if the mother returned. But the sun was going down, and coyotes are common in this area, she explained. Unwilling to leave the fawn to an uncertain fate, Jane made a bold decision. She brought it into her home. Over the following days, she converted a spare room into a quiet space for the fawn, which she named Willow. She fed the deer a special formula designed for orphaned wildlife, following instructions from an online wildlife rehabilitation forum. It would rest its head on my lap and fall asleep, Jane said. It was so vulnerable, so dependent, I couldn't just leave it out there. Photos she shared online show Willow curled up in a blanket beside a heater or wobbling gently across the living room floor on spindly legs. The images have melted thousands of hearts and sparked an outpouring of support from fellow animal lovers. However, not everyone was thrilled with her actions. Some criticized her for interfering with wildlife. Jane acknowledges their concerns. I understand why people are wary, but I acted out of compassion. I know it's not ideal to keep a wild animal inside a house, but in that moment, I did what I felt was right. A week later, a local licensed wildlife rehab center agreed to take Willow in. Jane drove her there with tears in her eyes. Letting her go was one of the hardest things I've ever done, she admitted. But I know she'll be raised properly and hopefully one day return to the wild where she belongs. For Jane, the experience has left a lasting impression. She reminded me that kindness doesn't always come with a guidebook. Sometimes, you just have to trust your heart.